And I am back. I'm gonna have to fix this mic. It's got all kinds of noise in it. Let me do that. I was live for a few minutes on the actual PlayStation. You can't do that too long though, because it doesn't work for me. Oh God, I triggered that thing. You can go away. Oh yeah, I don't have the mic muted, or do I? No, I got it. I'm gonna put this extra sound effects on this thing. I have to turn it off when I do. Well, it's already on. It's actually already on. I don't know where the extra noise is coming from. Let's make sure I got the filter on full. No, I don't. That was the problem. Boy, my baseball stream was noisy last night. Noisy clicks. I was going through that thing getting some clips this morning. I got most of last night's stream archived as well. I'll get it uploaded as soon as I can. I went into a rant and I just stopped it. That's the way I am when I rant. I don't like ranting on my streams. I cut off before I started the rant. It didn't matter anyway because once I got mad, I didn't even pay attention. I like to never got her back home. But now I will have the majority of the stream up from last night, and including the kazoo, the 7 minute thing that it made with the kazoo. Y'all know it made a 7 minute AI song off of my kazoo. That's how I inspired it to AI. Inspired it. It made a 7 minute reel, and I did that live last night, and it will be posted once again when I have time. I don't know if I'll get around to it today. We'll see. Maybe later tonight. I don't know. I may not be able to make it to the Jazz-am. We'll see. I'm waiting to see. I did not get any sleep this morning. I laid and lay. It's one of those times where I just nothingness, not even doing anything, not thinking or anything, just laying. I woke up at one time. I saw the sunrise, and get up and look at the clock. It's 7 o'clock. I'm still laying there with no sleep, not doing anything, not thinking. Sometimes when I wouldn't sleep, I'd be overthinking. My brain was working about something. Maybe I got excited about the 7 minute AI doing that 7 minute song off my kazoo. I don't know. Just think I inspired it so much it did 7 minutes. 7 minutes, sort of like Metallica or them other bands that would jam long times. AI did a 7 minute jam off my voice, off my kazoo. To think I inspired it 7 minutes.
You can drive now.
But I wasn't really thinking about nothing, so I remember now. I was just laying there. It's like I was just laying there with my eyes closed and I just would never fall asleep. One of those type of days. Maybe I had too much caffeine. Who knows? I don't take any of those. I don't drink any of those high caffeine drinks, like say the energy drinks and stuff, because I can't. I got high blood pressure. Got high blood pressure, you're not supposed to drink them. It causes you to have heart attacks, strokes. So I don't drink any of the energy drinks. I don't know why I couldn't sleep this morning. Just laying and couldn't sleep. Like I said, I got at one moment, it was 7 a.m. That's the last I remember checking, so I must have dozed off somewhere after that. Oh, I went wrong. Well, I'm bad at going wrong today, this morning. I did 13 minutes on Twitch alone. Now we're on Twitch and Rumble, I think. And I did it from the console. I can't do the console too strong because my internet ain't that good. In other words, I have to set it a certain way. It took me years to discover the level I had to set it at. Years. Years of trial and error and messing up. Our internet just ain't good enough. Trial and error, y'all. Yes, you can't stream too well from the consoles. They go out. They that may have went out. I don't know what it looked like. I'll go back and look at it as soon as it's over. As soon as it's over. Oh, pass him? Probably have to put up with some dick wide. Some dick wide. Yes, he's in here. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna quit after this.
Gracias.
I think I'm gonna take the money I earn. Go take the money and run. Go take the money and run. Go. You know me. I can always think of a song. My brain. That's all it thinks about is music. Go take the money and run. I'm gonna go ahead and. Why did he get off there if he's going walking? Okay, there we go. Sure, 400, 44566. Okay, give me just a second. I'll be ready to get back started here in just. I'm gonna check something real quick. Okay, this morning's GTA stream where I did the kazoo for and created a 7 minute song is now on its way up. I was just checking the video, making sure everything was right as I added it. Now I gotta get her somehow or another. Gotta get her back home. There's a car. Oh, that's a taxi. I wish there'd be another. I wonder if she can still drive it even though she's out of it. She can't. I'm gonna have to find her a car. Go take the money and run. Go take the money and run. Oh, oh, praise Jesus. He's gonna steal one of these old people's scooter. You get off that. You leave me alone, you son of a bitch. Fuck you. It's slow, but we'll get there. Fucking set Stein. So it is on its way up without the rent. I closed it after I finished my job, which was the medical job. The first few minutes of it, though, is me creating a song with kazoo. I can't believe it was inspired to make a 7 minute song. That was one that I really wasn't expecting. That's something I didn't do for the past 2 days I've been playing with that thing. This thing. Even then, of course, I started doing longer kazoos. I've noticed you can go up to 8 minutes. Like I said, I always made mouth music. That's how I started. I was making mouth made music uh before I started writing the lyrics. I started writing the lyrics later. What I would do is just play my mouth made music back and then make words up to them, which is how I started my songwriting. Or I'd sometimes be singing in between songs, crazy shit that was in between like my karaoke sessions, and I'd record it, and then I'd write it down on paper, and then I'd make changes to it. That's the way I would do. That's the way I do my lyrics. So I've been doing mouth made music for forever. I was obsessed. Y'all remember the beatbox rappers? I can't do it much anymore with my teeth, but back in the day, I used to do a lot of that. So I eventually worked at the going and doing my own little fake mouth made guitars. Well, stuff like that. I'm just doing often. I'm not really doing anything right now. Like I just start making, and then I'd eventually get where I would do the drum beats with the mouth and all that stuff. Like that first song I made, that's what it was. I started out with the rhythm and stuff, and the train helped add to that, by the way. And I forgot about that detail until I broke it down with AI, and I could hear the lawnmower in the background. The neighbor, he used to mow, obsessed with mowing the yard. We had a neighbor, boy, he'd spend his whole summer just mowing, 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 mow, mow, mow. You hear his lawnmower in the background, and then you could, and the train helped make the percussion to that. Na 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 na. Later on, I added the guitar. Added the guitar after I got in the house. Na 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 na. I made it in parts. Na 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 na. Like I started out, boom, 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 boom. Outside, boom, 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 and you could hear the train. The train come through and it started rolling. And that was happened to be my first song I ever created. And it took all the elements of the environment to make that one song, including the train. The train added to it. The train added to the percussion. And that is up. The Kazoo and AI and GTA AM show July 1st. I finally got it up. It's processing, of course. Let's see. Give me just a second. Let me get her home, man. Get her home, SA. I may keep this little scooter if it'll let me. If it'll let me, I'm gonna keep it. It don't go fast, but it will let her. It'll let her keep it. Or if you can go paint it. Let's see if you can go paint it. I'll see if you can go paint it. If you go paint it, we're gonna paint it, Holmes. We're gonna paint it, SA. Damn it. Then I'll try to earn her some more money real quick. And it's starting the crazy shit. For now, if I feel myself getting mad, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna count. Then I'm gonna cut off. If I'm not, because I don't like doing that on my streams. I just don't like it. I don't like it. It's not that I'm ashamed of anything I say, and I'll back up anything I say. It's just I don't like doing that on my streams. Because at the end of the day, people are watching. They're not watching to hear you rant. They're watching because they want to be entertained. Oh yeah, you can paint it. You can paint it. Let's paint this thing. Yeah, people don't tune in to see you rant. Now some might. I would be the type to tune in to see somebody rant. I always like that stuff. But I don't want to be doing it. I might have liked it. I just don't want to be doing it. I guess that's what I get for liking it. I'm telling you, them days when Savage would get on and rant, and those are always my favorite days, but it probably wasn't good for him. He probably didn't like it. He probably didn't like it. Okay. Let me mute that where it ain't going to the PlayStation Network. By the way, the first day post the gay apocalypse, crazy Jesus, we finally lived through that gay month. I just got where I don't like Junes. I'm gonna tell you, if I could go back to 2006, I'd probably waited to July to release my album. I wouldn't have released my album in June. I've got where I despise June. It's so gay. It's so gay. It's so gay. It stinks. It reeks. I just don't care for Junes anymore. Tell me why I don't like June bugs. Tell me why I don't like June bugs. Tell me why I don't like. It's not the June bugs I don't like. It's all that gay shit. It's all that queer shit. I mean, us straight people, we don't care about gay crap. What do we? We don't care about that. I don't care about. And if I know anybody that's gay and they're nice, that's one thing. But I'm not going to celebrate the deviancy of it. I'm sorry. I'm not in this. I'm not in the mood to celebrate deviancy. A lot of times I'm too busy fighting my own between me and God. Why do I want to celebrate somebody's deviancy? You're not supposed to be having pride in sin. You're supposed to be grieved from it. That means any of it. That means any of the bads you're doing. Am I celebrating deviancy? My God. Come on, man. Get mad. Some people can get mad, unfollow me, do whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. It's deviancy. That's what it is. It's deviant. And they're celebrating wickedness and deviancy. Thank God it's over. We lived through, and we just think we could have almost got blown the kingdom come during June. Did you notice that? Did you notice that it was actually ramping up in the Holy Land this year? It looked like it was going to be World War III, and then poof, it wasn't World War III. God had Trump putting where he was at, he put him. At the same time, Trump was kind of towing around with it, but at the same time, he knew what he was doing. Those two don't know what the fuck they're doing. He was trying to show peace through strength. That's what he was trying to do. In Israel and Iran, it's not one-sided, y'all. It's a two-sided thing. You got two scorpions going at each other. And what happens in the United States is the United States, when it sticks its nose in it, it's getting involved with a two scorpion fight. You got two tails going at each other. Two claws and tails going at each other. And we're getting involved and we're getting stinged and clawed. And that's what's happened. You don't got to worship them. Jesus didn't worship them. Paul didn't worship them. James didn't worship them. All those that were pinned to the crosses and hung upside down and sawed into, they didn't worship Israel. One of them was sawed in two. One of the disciples, the apostles, they took him from the top of his head and cut him out, split him all the way down. They didn't worship Israel. Why do you think they were cutting two? Because them little Millie Mouth pastors tell you to worship Israel. A shout out to Jimmy Swaggart. He's finally went on to see Jesus. I read that this morning. Now I'm going to tell you, he was probably the first person I actually heard as a pastor that I remember. My brain remembers. Later on, it was people like Charles Stanley, that guy that was involved with the politics all the time. Jerry Falwell, the rockers like to pick on him. I liked him. I was a rock and roller too, but I liked him. I listened to him up until he died. I'd receive his newsletters and everything. Jerry Falwell. Those are the people I started. I think all the ones I started out with are, but a few are gone. Is that Adrian guy gone? The guy with the real dark hair? I need to look him up. I'd seen him in my early days too. You ugly motherfucker. I'd see him to Adrian something. He had dark black jet hair. Had this real deep voice. I used to like listening to him. Is he gone too? I think all the ones that I started out with are all gone. I think Jimmy Swaggart was one of the last. Charles Stanley was one of them. I know John Hagee's still around. He about looks the same as he always did. He's a little thinner, I think, and he's a little thinner and a little white. He's white-headed. Where back in the old days, he was black-headed, He still even sounds the same when you see him. Just an old guy's on. John Hagee's still around. Jack Benepe's gone. He's the guy I said the prayer with. But he's talking to rock and rollers that day. He was saying, I don't know about Kurt Cobain or any other rock and roller poet. I can't pass judgment. He says it depends on what they were doing in their last moments of life before they died. It says if you're a rocker, you don't have to go to hell. You want to say the prayer with me? And I bent my head down and I said the prayer. And I've been on a walk. It's like a walk. It's like a broken down car, actually. If I could just exclaim it's an old junky car that you bought and it breaks down on the highway. If I could explain, and I don't like it, I need to work on it. I need to make it. I need to go buy a brand new car. I need to get blessed with a brand new car. Right now, Howard Brown, I need to be blessed with a brand new car, probably literally and physically. I mean spiritually, but I need a brand new car because I'm in an old beat up. We're beat up. We're rusted. The headlights are probably busted out. I'm getting tickets. I'm getting pulled over for tickets. But I've got to walk with God. But now it's a very, 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 very flawed walk with God. It's not perfect. But now I still wouldn't trade it. And I'm still thankful for the people that brought me to the game. Like the Jimmy Swaggers and the Jerry Falwells and all those people that, because I could have, and my grandmother. Because I could have went the other direction. I could have been a little Satanist. I could have probably become a little Satanist, the way I thought. The way I don't like religious rules and all stuff. I could have probably become a Satan. I could have probably been as satanic as some of the satanic. Now, the thing about some of the satanic is what most of them are doing, not all of them. Some of them are just rebelling against the codes, or some of them are full-blown satanic. Some of them are just rebelling. There's a long line of them. Some of them were even Christians themselves. They just rebelled against what they were being told. I see nothing wrong with that, by the way, because there's a lot of things that's told that's not is. There's a lot of stuff that's just pure religion. That doesn't mean I celebrate my bad. I don't. Y'all know me. I grieve about it. I rebuke it. But I'm thankful for that old broke down car, because hopefully at the end of the day it gets me to Jesus. But now I don't need the broke down car. I need the brand new car. I need the brand new car, guy, because I do got a new walk. I had that since the day I said the prayer, because I was focused on Him. That's just a little bit of time. That's all I did. So I was listening to my music. If I wasn't listening to my music, I was studying the Bible. And then I had what I call my years of darkness, where I walked away altogether and didn't even touch the Bible. So, and I had a few things I was listening to, and thank the Lord for them. I call them the years of darkness. When I look back on it, I see He was there all along. It was me that was gone. I don't never want to go there again. Never want to be there again. Never. Never, 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 never. That come from reading stuff I shouldn't have been reading. I wasn't ready to read it yet. I wasn't ready to study that stuff. I wasn't knowledgeable enough. I wasn't ready to handle that. I can handle it now. But that's the thing about this. Once you handle it, you handle it. But at first it overwhelms. Especially the stuff these evil, wicked people are doing. You just don't realize how wicked it is. God said, plentify the earth. They're trying to depopulate it. It's wicked, man. It's wicked what they're doing to this earth. It's wicked. These people are wicked. Some of these people you worship. Some of these Republicans that you think they're good. It's not Democrat and Republican, y'all. It's both sides. It's not Democrat and Republican. And you got some Democrats that are doing good things. Like, what about the lady that voted against the illegals getting welfare? She got murdered, y'all. She got murdered. She got unalived because she stood the ground and voted in favor of the American people. Is that a cat? It's a kitty. Look at it. It's sitting there. It's a little kitty. I hear a dog, too. I hear a doggy, too. I love animals. I love animals more than I do people, but then I have to rebuke that, too, because God tells you to love people. But it's so fucking, they make it so freaking hard. I called it. They make it so people makes it so hard to love them because they're so wicked. They're so wicked, and they bring out the wickedness in you. Like I said, was saying on that rant, that I'm gonna try not to get into again. I'm gonna watch my words here. People are so wicked that they. I'm fine as long as I'm not having to deal with old people. When I'm not having to deal with people, it's a good day. I'm gonna be honest. And then every now and then you run into the good people, and then that reminds you that there is some good in humanity. Like my mama telling me the other day about the guy at the gym buying the lady gas that her car ran out. I thought that's a wonderful story there. You see, he makes the world a better place. He's not trying to make his neighbor miserable. He's trying to do good in this society. Of course, it's run by some good people. I will tell you that. It's run by a good place. It's ran by good people.
Forgot to tell you. I'm taking one of the.
He's not out here trying to make the world miserable. He's trying to do good for his society. Those are the kind of people I like, by the way. I'm usually a good person too. I don't call myself good because I can get mean. That's why you don't hear me going around bragging about the good person. Yeah, I don't feel good. I feel terrible a lot of times because I do get out of God's will with these people, and I know it, and I know it's not right. And that's a part of that broken down car, by the way. It's broke down on the highway, and I'm kicking it. I'm kicking it, and I'm fussing at it, and I'm cussing at it. And then I get back in, and I get back on the highway. I get back on the highway to heaven. But I don't want the broken down car. I got to get better. I got to do better. I got to trade that broken. I got to go in to the godly dealership. I'm using spiritual language here. I got to go into the godly dealership and completely 100% trade the broken down vehicle and get the new one. Get that big old white. It's big and white. That big white limo. I got to trade the broken down whatever it is. Let's just use the analogy of the Duke's car. Boy, my mama said she hated that. She said it break down all the time. That's why they got rid of it. That stayed in the shop. But then my daddy wished he'd kept it. I heard him say that later on. He wished he'd kept it. But they kept it in the shop all the time. It would never work. Maybe I'm the broken down old car like that. Just a good old boy. Bum, bum, bum. It's beat up. It ain't even got its paint on it anymore. It ain't like Sarah Lee. It ain't pretty. It don't have its paint on. It's all rusty. It may even have a hole in the roof. And the leaks, the rain. The rain leaks through it when it rains. I'm only happy when it rains. It's got no air conditioning. It's got no air conditioning. You have to use a fan. You have to use the dash fan. It's got no air conditioning. It's got no AC. Its radio's broken half the time. Its radio don't even work. Half the time its radio don't work. Just, I'm just thinking of the worst analogy that I could use, but I'm still proud for that. Because, I could not have nothing at all. And I do have a connection with him. I speak to him all. Like I said, I can be sitting here talking to him all day long. Sometimes I'll even talk to him while I'm talking in these streams. Like you'll hear me, praise you, Jesus. I'm not mocking. I'm being real. Boy, this is a far off beat, so let's turn around and get that other one. It's closer. 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 Closer to a soul hero and a soul mobile. Yeah, baby. They're about to strike. The last beautiful free soul. I think they're all gone though. I gotta go. I'm gonna do research about all the ones I started out with. So they're all gone. I think he might have been the last. Pat Robinson was one of them. I didn't ever watch him. My daddy did. Baker, he's still around. My daddy watched him. I'd see him on every once in a while. I didn't watch him. I didn't actually watch him. I didn't like his wife. I didn't like her. She gave me the creeps, y'all. She gave me the creeps as a kid. Paul and Jane are gone. I used to watch them all the time. They wasn't really that great. They were on the TBN. Even Jack Vanapee called out the TBN there and then before he died. They were too obsessed with Islam. They thought that you could bring Christian and Islam together or something like that. And you can't do that. It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. It's not the same. They both acknowledge Jesus, but it's not the same. You can't bring it together. I know people wants to, and I would like to say yeah to keep peace with them, to keep peace with them because peace is good. The Bible told you to pray for it. In other words, you're not fighting with goodwill towards men. You use goodwill, but that means you don't compromise the doctrine of Jesus. I used to watch Paul and Jen. She'd paint her hair up like a doll. They're gone. Jack Vanapee's gone. Hagee's still here. Baker's still here. I seen him. I didn't watch him, but I seen him. My daddy'd watch him. My mama's always bringing that. He used to watch that old Baker all the time. I didn't like it. She go on. I watched Pat Robinson, of course. He's gone. Boy, everybody is celebrating when he's gone just because he said a few things that made. Of course, I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you something. If you pull that Bible out and you really, really live by it, you're not going to be liked. You're not going to have a big flock. You're going to have a few. You're going to have a remnant of a church. You'll be lucky. If you really preach it like it really is and really try to apply that thing, you're going to be hated among men. You're going to be hated, man. I got hated just for quoting it. It's something I didn't even, of course, that's maybe what they hated, but it wasn't that I was trying to be a hypocrite. I was trying to say I don't fit it. But if you really preach that Bible like it's written, you're going to be hated among men, y'all. You ain't going to be popular. You ain't going to be getting invited to the president. Because they're not going to like you. They're going to want to crucify you. I'm telling the truth. Jesus said they hated me, they'll hate you also. They hated him. If he was alive, you think the hatred you see for this guy in the White House right now, 45 and 47, if Jesus was alive, you wouldn't even hear about Trump. They would be focused on Jesus every bit of the moment. Jesus done this today. Despicable old vagabond. Despicable old bum. You know, he didn't have a house. They'd called him a bum. Despicable old homeless guy. We got to get rid of this homeless guy. We can't get rid of him. He disappeared into the crowd. We were going to arrest him today. And poof, he got away. We can't get rid of that Jesus. We can't get rid of that despicable vermin. Sorry, Lord. Sorry, Lord. I'm just saying what they would say. I know what they would do. He said they'd hate you. And if you really do sit down and you preach that Bible, how it really is, and you didn't sugarcoat, and you didn't play games, and you didn't do something to draw people in, like people gets mad at the you got to give it to the doctrines, because I want to tell y'all something. This is what they don't tell you about Joel Osteen. You know, you hear all the bads about Joel Osteen, but you don't hear him when he tells them that they got to apply the Bible. And you don't hear people saying that about him. They say he's not right. But I'm going to tell you, when you listen to his radio, I won't be listening to him anymore. XM's one of the things I had to cancel. You hear his wife tell people when they're being saved, and you hear him. You got to stay, you got to apply that Bible to your life. You got to change your life. You can't just, in other words, it ain't just once you're saved. He pretty much tells them that. Now, that's the part that these people to get up and scream in his face and say he's evil don't tell you. but they never took time to listen to him. You see, here's me. I don't care whether it's a good person or a bad person. You give them some bad press, I go check them out. I go see about this person. I go looking up. I go look up things on them. I go listen to them. I go listen. I listen to any sermon I can find from David Koresh. And you know everything they said about him was a lie. His sermons told otherwise. Everything that because you can still find them if you Google. You can find some of his sermons. And you listen to his sermons. He would literally tell people like they got away from Sunday, Saturday, but Saturday's really today. He's telling the truth. When you go listen to his sermons and what he was saying. Now, I don't know about the wife thing. And I don't even know if any of that was true. I can't tell you. But now I will tell you they lied about him where his sermons and stuff were concerned. He was telling them that they needed to keep their Sabbath holy. And he was saying even he had to do that because he didn't realize that for a long time. But he got to reading and he got to studying and he realized that the Sabbath was a Sabbath. That's the way I do. When people give the Marilyn Mansons a hard time, I go listen to the Marilyn Mansons. And I don't care whether it's a religious Marilyn Manson, a non-religious, an atheist. I go give them the benefit of the doubt and hear their own words. So I'm not being brainwashed by some cult out here to attacking them because they want to attack them. Now I'm going to tell you, he does tell that if you listen to his radio, if you listen to his sermons, he does. Yeah, he gets up there and he's only telling them the good things about Christianity. But when they're getting saved, when they're coming to the Lord, he actually does put in the fine print. Yes, you got to do some applying. You got to do some reading. You got to learn about what the Lord wants for your life. And that is true. That's true for all of us. We got to find out what he wants for us. You don't just have a particular, that Bible's written, but there was walks for each and every one of those different people. Paul had a different walk from Peter. He's got a plan for everybody. And you got to get on your plan, not their plan. Anything else is a cult. Or an occult. If it's satanic, it's occultic. Anything else is either a cult or a cult. I'm never going to apologize for giving the Marilyn Mansons the benefits of the doubt. I'm never. Because at the end of the day, what would Jesus do? He'd find out too. Y'all know how he was. He walked around, they would point fingers at people, and he'd call them out on them. He'd call them out on them. Now, I don't fuss with some of the people that do the exposing because you do have to be careful with what you listen to. There are some jokers out here that what about that guy that had the cult with the sun? Behind the sun and the aliens was waiting on them. And they were going to kill themselves and go unalive themselves and go there. You do have to be very, very careful with who you're listening to. And I'll never call that out. If I did, hell, even God would come against me there. Because you have to. You have to use spiritual discernment about who you're dealing with. You have to use spiritual discernment, which is not something I had when I was a kid. I do have spiritual discernment. In other words, there's some people I don't take spiritual advice from. There's people in this world that I might even like them, might even admire their talk or their music, but I won't take political advice from rock stars, and I don't take spiritual advice from rock stars. Unless I feel that they're worth their salt. Like I say, you better be that way with the Christian bands. Judging from that Christian controversy that's going on right now, and I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. But now they got it on video, y'all. They got the security footage. I was even trying to be kind and be gentle. I'm still going to be gentle to him because I like his music. And it might have been years ago. He might be done through with that phase of his life. He might have been doing it under the influence of drugs. That does matter too, by the way. God's not going to hold it accountable against you all the time. But now, I will also say this, and I heard one of my favorite pastors saying this the other day, Jonathan Spotter. He said they shouldn't be allowed to speak in the churches. They shouldn't be allowed to be in the churches and be allowed to speak until there's an actual, probably a form of repentance. You actually see it, and you can actually see the change. That person should not be allowed to hold a microphone or have a pastoral job or any kind of leading. Like I tell y'all, I love it. I like when I get up and read the Bible because I'm so foul. I don't even feel like I'm worthy. I would have to see that I completely wasn't foul anymore before I would even think about picking up a Bible and being a pastor or something. Because that's what there's mandates on it. I mean, you can go look in the Bible. There's a mandate that gives you the authority to preach. Now, being a Christian, anybody can be a Christian. The thing is to be a better Christian, and again, giving yourself over to God more and more. In other words, you letting Him lead you. But now you got no. If you're a foul person in any way, you're abusing people, and you're being abusive. You got no rights. Because one, when you go down, when you fall, when you stumble and fall, you're taking Him down with you. Because people gets to question, like, imagine the people you abused. Imagine, because I know what that feels like. I'm going to tell you, I've been abused by Christians, and I get mad. But then I don't blame God because I know Him. Because I got a little bit of a relationship with Him, even though, like I told you, it's a broken down car. I got the relationship with Him. So when I get done bad, I just blame the person. I don't blame Him. But now a lot of people, they get in their head, well, if this is what He is, if this is what He represents, I'm going to go join Satan. Hell, Satan. I'm telling the truth here, y'all. That's what happens. Hell, Satan. I'm going to go join the devil. Because look at these people. Look at how they're treating me. Look at how these people. So I'm just going to go praise Satan. Satan's got to be the friend. He always accepts everybody. He accepts the gays and the tranny and all this other stuff. I'm just going to go be accepted. He ain't really accepting you, by the way. I'll tell you what he is doing. You see, Jesus replaced you with Him. He gave you His place. He had that place. Y'all know He had the second place in heaven. Jesus replaced it with His followers. All you is going to rule and reign with Him. Satan was ruling and reigning with Him. Satan wanted it all, and he wanted it now. Like the Queen song. I want it all. I want it all. He didn't want to be second. See, Jesus was sharing it with Him, though. I can't get around you. That bike, sorry, I'm just going to have to give up and go back because it's already full. I made some money. We made some good money today. I want it all, and I want it now. He wanted it all. He wanted it now. He wanted to be the king. And man took his place when Jesus decided He made man, He loved man, and He decided that He was going to give man that, and then Satan come and stole it from man. So Jesus had the plan to take it back. And then He was going to put back everything back the way it was supposed to be. And that's what He does. That's what He's going to do. Right now, we're still in the corruption. But He's going to turn it around one day, and then He's going to eventually, even after a little bit of a time, make a whole new thing, a whole new earth, a whole new heaven. He's going to melt it all down in the very end, all of it, the whole entire universe, and rebuild everything. He's going to melt everything and rebuild it. That's the plan. So Satan, he's not really accepting you. You think you're waving the rainbow flag and he's accepting you and God's hating on you. That's not how it is. He's not accepting. You know what he's done? He's been like a wicked person who wants to see your downfall. Like, there's these kind of people. They get in there, they get everybody drinking, they get everybody doing everything wrong because they like seeing them do the wrong. And they're destroying themselves. And this person, he's a miserable or her's a miserable person. And they're wanting to see the downfall of everybody around them. That's because they're miserable, they want you to be miserable. He ain't got a chance. God's not going to redeem him, but God will redeem men, so he despises that. Satan despises that. He literally despises you. He despises you. He's got two goals for you. If you're a Christian, it's like he's attacking, like my car, he's breaking it down. He don't have to. He don't. What most people, and this is where they get off. This is where all the sermons get off. Some of them. Some people have it right. They try to blame Satan for everything. You do realize that you're in the way too. Man is in the way. It's the world, the flesh, and the devil. The world, you're in your way. And then to an extent, yeah, you are, you're in your way. You can mess you up more than Satan can. But then they'll go blame the devil. You got to be careful with that too. I rebuke him and stuff, but I understand. I understand what's going on. I don't see one way. Some people, they see things limited. I see the big picture. I try to see the bird's eye view. In other words, you got you. You not only got yourself that's going to get in the way. You got that devil. And he's going to come. He's going to come agree with you just to make you choose the wrong side. That's what happens. That's why he's sort of like the bad company. Oh, woe is me, and they all get together and they woe is me, and they're all talking. Well, Satan does that too. You see, he comes when you're being bad. He comes and encourages you. He comes and encourages. Did I leave my car somewhere? We could better go back and get whatever I had. I ought to sell this thing. Let's sell this thing. Where's the place I sell? It's up in the road. We're gonna get our 5-finger discount before I get off. Lord, I know this is bad. This is GTA. That's what it is. It's a criminal game, Lord. There I go getting tickled the vulgarity. I rebuke that. It's not good. But that's what Satan does. He comes in and he appeals to your flesh. He appeals to your flesh so you will keep going wrong. So you never straighten up. Because he's got a twofold goal here. If you're not saved, he's going to make sure you never, ever get the gospel. He's going to be good to you. Like you're studying that witchcraft, he's going to give you all the spells you want. He's going to let you make all the deals you want. He's going to let you sell your soul. He's going to do everything to discourage you from ever being a Christian. And meanwhile, using those mean Christians that you don't like to keep you in that rut. He's going to keep you in that rut where you don't like God because of something some guy did to you, or some priest did to you, or some preacher said to you, or some Christian said to you. That's what I was talking about a while ago. You see, I know the difference. When I get mad, I don't get mad at God. Now, sometimes I will scream at him, why do you just let this? And then I think, well, yeah, he says he has a purpose for everything. I mean, I do get to that point sometimes. But now that's different from actually walking away from him. And I've had my moments. And I'm glad I never completely do it. And I hope I never do. That's my prayer. I pray. I pray, I pray, I pray, and I pray, and I pray. And that song with the whatever it is with Easy E, that group, they go, and I pray, and I pray, and I pray, oh, every day, and then every day, every day. That's my prayer. I never actually walk away. Because as long as I'm on the path, I'm fine. The day I'm off the path, I'm gone. and I'm going on my way to hell. I'm on my way down now. I'd like to take you. I'll be on my way down if I ever walk away.
Hey, man.
That's the day I worry. Is the day I quit.
That's seriously not cool.
And I've seen those days, and I've pouted through them, and then I get at the end and I say, Lord, I'm sorry.
Well, you're gonna have to make
I
it up to
get
me.
back up. I've only had it several times, though. It don't happen much. Don't happen. I'm gonna be honest. It don't happen much.
Shit.
I'm thankful for that, by the way. But sometimes this world gets so dark and so cold, and then you remember all the good that He does for you.
Well, me tonight.
You see, you remember the good. That's when I really noticed Him more than anything. I'm gonna tell y'all when I had those what I call the years of darkness, where I wasn't studying about Him. Just me. He was there.
Shit.
Indeed, I look back at all this good stuff that He done during that time, during those years, and I thought, you never left my side, Lord.
Call me at the place tonight.
You never left my side. It's just like they were right about. It's like those
Okay,
scriptures
well, let's
where
go.
you can get away from Him, but He doesn't get away from you. He just waits on you. He sits and He waits. He's like the lady at the well. He's sitting and He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you to pass by. Just acknowledge Him again. Now that you don't, I tell you not to do that because He might give up too. Because He does eventually say, "Enough's enough." I mean, you see that. You can see that in His Word.
I'm not going to that
You
place.
can see that in his even in the Revelation. Read some of that. I mean, you got the preachers that like to put a kind spin on that, but look at the letters that he's writing to the end churches. That sounds like the Bible of old. That book of Revelation sounds like the guide of the beginning. You know, the Alpha and Omega. It don't sound like that Millie Mouse stuff that some of these pastors are trying to paint. It actually sounds like when he's addressing those letters, he's talking to some people.
Hello, Dr. Hernandez. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's talking to some people. Some of them he was telling he's going to take the candlesticks away. You know what that means? He's taking your light out from under you, y'all. He's going to put you in utter darkness. But now they do sort of tell their church that they do have to get themselves right, and I've heard that with their sermons, I mean their radios. Now the problem is the people that watches it on TV, do they get that message? I'm not sure it's in the television program. He puts it in the fine print, though. He does have the fine print there. But now I guess you could look at the Bible. You could look at it in either way you want. Either maybe that's his point of view. He decides he wants to focus on. Maybe he's taking a kinder, gentler approach to the gospel. But I don't know if it really needs to be kind and gentle because you need to be hard too. Because look at me. Imagine if you had somebody that didn't realize their problem, and you had a preacher, Millie Mouth, preaching to that person and leading them astray. They don't know that they need to straighten up. At least I do know. I just have a tough time doing it. I don't quit though. I just keep going. When I fall one time, I just get back up. That's why I like that song so much. Because I remember, yeah, he still loves you, so he's not going to give up that love on you. But now what he will do, he can chastise, he can punish. That's another thing people forget. He can chastise, he can spank your booty. He can spank my booty. I bet there's been times he has. Maybe some of that stuff that's happened to me, maybe he was spanking me. What if I still like the song. I still like the band. Because I do understand by my tenure with rock and roll and not being involved in it, like, say, the drinking and drugging, I watched many of my favorite rock stars either destroy their lives or even fully die. And I had some people in my life that struggled with those that I knew about. And I don't tell their stories because it's private, but I've seen what drugs and alcohol can do to a life. So even in his case, I can look at him and him being a Christian. If he was struggling in those areas, he could destroy his life with it. So I'm going to forgive him there. Just like I would forgive my favorite rock star. And the thing would be was straighten your life up and go from there. You can't do it. There's nothing you can ever do about the past or whatever you did in the past, but now you can work on your future. That's me. I got to get off. I'll see y'all later. If possible, I'm going to go to the jam. If not, I just kick back and rest. I hope I can go. But if I don't, I'll go tomorrow and the next day or whenever we go. I'll make sure I do get 2 days in this week, even if it's back to back. I usually take a rest in between. That's what I do. I usually take a rest in between the days. And this time I won't do that. I'll just do both days if I have to. I wonder if it's even healthy. I mean, from a health point of view, I'm wondering if it's even healthy to. I mean, you're doing it for health anyway. I'm wondering if it's healthy to do it without energy. And I know there's people who probably does it, but I'm wondering if it's in the long run that's good for your health. Like in other words, when you need to rest, maybe you should take the rest. Some people pushes themselves too hard. I'm not. I don't do that. That's one thing I don't do. I mean, you hear the big talkers. The big talkers tell you just hit it anyway. Sometimes your body needs to rest. Because I'm gonna tell you, if it wasn't for my health, it'd be a whole lot worse. You know what I was doing the other day? You don't know what I was doing? I was looking at them big old weights, the big ones. I thought them big old round ones. Man, I wish I could pick that up. But my doctors told me not to push it. Man, look at that thing. I want to pick that up. But I can't because I've had these back problems. I got a degenerative, the degenerative spines, and I was looking at them big old ones. I'm talking about the big ones. I mean, I ain't talking about, I'm not talking about the ones like, that are big, the big long, and you got the rack and you lift. I'm talking about them big, like the dumbbells. They're big and round. And I was just sitting there. I was doing my little, was it yesterday or 10 pounds I was doing? Each, 20 pounds total. I was doing a little 10 pound, 20 inch. I was sitting there looking at that little thing, and I was over here looking at the big one over there. I just wanted to pick that big one up. I was wanting to pick it up, man. And it was just calling to me. It was, grab me, grab me. I wanted two of them. They're huge. Looking at them things, and I'm wanting the power of Samson. And I'm looking at them big. But then I remember, doctor tells me, don't be Superman. Work out for your health. Don't be Superman. I want to be Superman, man. I want to be Superman. I'll see y'all later. Have a good day. If I go crazy, will you still call me Superman? Kryptonite. That's my kryptonite, y'all. My sickness.